They have every reason to be scared. The air is filled with tension. Close by, the town of Tikavali. When we arrived, a riot had just taken place. A few hours ago, hundreds of Hindu women armed with sticks tried to get into the refugee camps to seize the food given to the Christians. The police and the army pushed them back. The women are livid because the Christians are being fed for free. The hatred lives on. Once the calm has returned, the security forces show us what they have confiscated.
Look what we found. There were some men with them carrying these arms.
On the road, we come across a group of hardliners. They refuse to break up. A man tries to calm them. He's a member of the VHP, the fundamentalist group of the murdered guru, the group that organized the attack. As we approach, things get heated. It was impossible to make any contact with these women. They even tried to break our camera. In the town hospital, we come across one of the leaders of the VHP with the women hurt during the attack. According to him, the tensions are far from dissipated.
Because of the curfew, food is available only in the refugee camps. They have help, they have food, and there's nothing for the Hindus. They too are poor, and they need to find food. And it is the Christians who are aggressive towards Hindus. It's them who attack us.
Really? What do they do?
They convert people, they kill cows and eat them, they destroy temples, they convert innocent people, and their worst crime has been the killing of Hindus, such as our dear leader Saraswati. He was murdered.
In this atmosphere of hate, the men of the church are hiding. We had to go to Bhubaneswar, the capital, a 10-hour drive away to meet them. And even then, there aren't many who dare speak up like Reverend Mohanty.
We don't feel ourselves safe and free. We are moving on our own land, motherland, as if we don't belong to this place.
In the capital, the churches are closed and under military protection. Reverend Mohanty gives us his version of the story. According to him, the trouble in Orissa started with the BJP coming to power in the year 2000.
They started to create a radical force through whom they started their village-wise operation to create vote bank for Hindutva in the name of Hindutva by spreading hatred among the people against other religion of minorities like Christians and Muslims, and claiming that Hindus can, this is a Hindu Rashtra and Hindus can only stay here. This is purely political, which has taken a religious communal turn. That is the whole thing.
In Orissa, the elections will take place early next year, and the BJP is quite confident about winning a third time in a row. Will its divisive strategy pay off? In rural areas, Hindu extremists are gaining ground. Since the riots, cases of conversions to Hinduism are on the rise. This ceremony was organized and staged by Hindu activists for about 30 Christians on August 29th. These will perhaps be new recruits and new electors acquired by the nationalist Hindu party, new defenders of an India without Christians and Muslims, an India where Bibles are burned.
And that very powerful report there was by Stephanie Lebrun, France 24's correspondent in India. Stephanie joins us now down the line from New Delhi. Stephanie, tell us, were you surprised by what you found in Orissa?
I was very surprised by the violence that we observed. Witnesses and testimonials told us about unbelievable violence, people who were burned alive during this past week of revenge and anti-Christian hate campaigns. We were also surprised because these Hindu extremists are just looking for a pretext to move forward. In fact, the Maoists had claimed some responsibility for these, but the radicals have been constantly accusing the Christians of this murder without any evidence. And in fact, they've had others there who have been throwing oil on the fire. So there's been compounding violence, anti-Christian violence. Even when we left the region, we thought the violence had stopped, but it's just on the surface level. It's very far from stopping. They just need any sort of pretext, any sort of excuse for the region to take flame again.
Stephanie, do you see the situation in Orissa improving?
In fact, no, as I was saying, the tension is far from staving off. The situation is not improving, is not going to improve in Orissa. Other states have been hit as well. The Karnataka state in the southern part of India. In fact, this week there were other anti-Christian attacks. Some of the churches have been destroyed as well. And the common point to all of this is that, in fact, they're directed by the nationalist Hindu party, the BJP, which seems to be orchestrating this violence. In fact, helped also by some of the militant religious organizations that are very active out there on the ground. And they're manipulating Hindu groups, and they're organizing these riots, because they're very large groups, 300, 400 people who come into villages where there's cohabitation between Christians and Hindus, and things have been going fine, but they come in and destabilize the areas, and the purpose is quite simply a political strategy. BJP, the nationalist Hindu party, has been playing on these religious tensions for quite a long time to get to power and to stay in power.
Stephanie Lebrun there reporting from New Delhi.